Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be correcting sentence 1 and 2 under set 6. Sentence 1 says, in 1957, tennis player Althea Gibson won the women's championship at Wimbledon. Later that year, she became the first African American woman to win the US Open. In this sentence, we have an issue with numbers and plurals. We also need to address a capitalization error. We're going to fix an abbreviation. We're going to add an apostrophe, and we also need to address a run-on sentence. So first, let's fix our numbers error. Our numbers error is actually right here with first. In writing, we want to try to be as formal as possible, so I'm actually going to spell out first. Next, I have an issue with plurals. And the issue is this word here. When we use the A in women's, we're talking about just one, but we probably know that there's going to be more than one woman playing in a championship game, so I'm going to replace that A with an E to make that word plural. Next, I need to fix my capitalization error. The US Open is actually the title of the tournament, and so it is a proper noun, and I'm going to show that it's a proper noun by capitalizing the O in open. I also need to fix my abbreviation. We know that the game is not called the US Open, it's really the US Open. So I'm going to fix this abbreviation by capitalizing the U and the S, and I'm going to use our abbreviation marks. Next, I'm going to add an apostrophe. The apostrophe belongs in women's to show ownership of that championship game. And lastly, I need to address a run-on sentence. A run-on sentence is when we have two complete sentences being smashed into one without the appropriate punctuation. So my job is to locate the end of the first sentence and the beginning of the second and add necessary punctuation. So after reading this sentence, I know that the end of my first sentence is right after Wimbledon. To show that this is the end of my first sentence, I can do a couple of things to add the correct punctuation. I can put a period and capitalize the L in later, or I can use a semicolon. I like using semicolons, so that's the solution I'm going to use for that grammatical error. Our next sentence says, the impact of the automobile on life in the US isn't all positive. Streets aren't safe for pedestrians, deers and other animals are killed in tremendous amounts on roads, and pollution from car emissions harms everyone. In this sentence, we have a lot of issues with plurals. We're also going to add apostrophe. We need to make sure we're using the right word. We have a spelling error, and we're going to fix abbreviation as well. So first, let's begin with our plurals errors. So in this sentence, we have a lot of errors that look like spelling errors, but our curriculum considers them to be plurals errors because the author of this sentence has made some of our words plural by adding ES. We don't have to add ES for every word, and so I'm going to get rid of the extra E's. We also don't need an S on deer. And that fixes my plurals errors. I also need to add two apostrophes. The first apostrophe belongs in this word isn't, and I need an apostrophe in the word aren't. Next, I need to make sure I'm using the right word. The error that I'm going to replace is this word amounts. When we talk about something that we can actually count, we should use the word numbers instead. Next, my spelling error is this word pollution. I am missing an extra L, so I'm going to add that to my word. And lastly, I have to fix an abbreviation. Now, this particular resource wants us to be as formal as possible, and so this particular resource wants us to spell out United States when we can. So I'm going to replace this abbreviation with the complete spelling of United States. And now I've corrected both sentences. If you have any questions regarding how or why we've corrected the sentences the way we have, don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for watching, everyone.